Hi, this is Steve Lentini, and I'm your host for Different Thinking for Different Times, Season 3, Episode 24. I'm going to start this week's episode with a couple of quotes from Ernest Holmes. The Spirit of God dwells in the inner man with power and might. The outer man reflects this spirit insofar as the intellect allows it to come forth into expression. Imagine the small-minded acorn-brained thinker, what that person might allow to come forth versus the limitless, infinite thinker. Think about that. Think about if you spend most of your day or a good part of your thoughts are small-minded, limited, judging others, self-limiting yourself, judging every situation, making others wrong, railing against people on social media, making everyone's choices in whatever arena of their life, right? Wrong. That's small-minded thinking. And what's going to happen is you're limiting your own self-expression of the infinite, whatever you call it. I call it the creation or God through you. And here's another quote from Ernest Holmes. I believe that the relationship between God and man, for me, would be humans, between the infinite and the finite is a direct one, and that the avenue through which the mind of God expresses through the mind of a human is through the mind of that person themselves, through their mind. So we're living in a mystery. We're living in a miracle. And imagine what expresses through the acorn brain, if that's where the majority of your thoughts lie. As I've said in previous episodes, other people's journeys are none of your business. Your only business is your journey. And if you think you're modeling that which made this mystery, this miracle, the creation, I call it, that infinite power that I was one with on the day that I had a anterior myocardial infarction, November 18th, 2002, while in intensive care, we're not modeling that with small-minded human thinking. We're modeling that when we expand beyond all those judgments. In the infinite, there's no races, no sexes, no sexual preferences, no politics, not even a record of what you achieved. You don't take your houses with you. You don't take the bank account balance with you. Oh, sure, you leave it behind for others, but that hasn't worked out very well for many, many families who've left behind their fortune for many others. And the following generations have usually squandered it or had messy, drug-filled, or addicted lives, and that's okay. That's their journey. But small-minded thinking, there's so many examples of it around us today. We don't have to look far for places that we can expand our own thinking. The gift in all this small-mindedness that's taken place, especially in the last maybe 10 years, especially in the last few years, you see people railing against each other on social media, etc. It's all wasted energy. It's a wasted time. Nobody changes anybody's mind. Yes, you might have a cause that makes sense, but don't assume you do just because you want to be right and make others wrong. Does the infinite think that way? Ask yourself, does the infinite think in small-minded, limited ways, rejecting others? If you read about the God of Spinoza, here's a man in the 1600s, the middle 1600s, who thought a lot differently than all the people around him. And he wrote a letter about God in one of his writings that everyone should Google. Go Google the God of Spinoza and read about what he says. What's amazing to me is that's what I experienced without my body. We leave our body and go to what's next, and what's next is truly amazing. We're one with the creation, the creator, one with the infinite life force, and it has no judgments. That's human. It's small-minded. It's humans that want you to pay for your mistakes here and burn in hell forever. I chuckle at it all because there are no religions, no races, no creeds, no nationalities, no sexes, nothing. Nothing from here was there. Think about it. Do you think small-minded thinking is actually modeling what created this miracle we live in, this mystery? And the God of Spinoza said, I created this for you to enjoy it. Just live your life. Do what inspires you. Do what you love. Follow your passion. Follow that divine intuition that comes to you in those quiet moments. Act on it. And don't go around making others wrong and choosing violence and choosing looting or burning or, God forbid, killing someone or stealing. The God of Spinoza says, do what you would want others to do to you and behave how others would want you would want others to behave in your presence. Wouldn't you rather have a dialogue with someone that disagrees with you or that you disagree with instead of violently demonstrating and trying to get your point across? Typically, history would show that doesn't work anyway, that most people go to the opposite of the extremes. But it's all small-minded thinking. Anyone that believes they're right and makes others wrong is small-minded. We're here and having all these experiences to get over ourselves. That's the purpose of all these opposites. And the purpose of all the different thinking that each person has, all the different journeys, their purpose is only so that we can learn to just accept, not tolerate, but to become accepting and loving. Because, by the way, whatever made you made them. It's up to you if you're going to choose small-minded, limited thinking or limitless, infinite thinking. And you have to prove that to yourself. Don't take my word for it. I've been given the gift of seeing what's next. And I can tell you, living limitless with limitless thinking, infinite thinking, accepting all others, and managing only my own journey has made a huge difference in my life. Whatever others choose is fine. It's supposed to be. That's why they're here with free will to make the choices. Whatever they want to experience, let them experience. That's how each person learns, through their own experience. Questions? Steve@stevelentini.com. Steve@stevelentini.com. Glad to have you on the show. Glad to have you come challenge me. And remember, I might ask you, does that sound like small-minded thinking? By the way, share this episode with others if you'd like. And if you'd like to support my efforts, I'd welcome that and be grateful. You can do that here on the site. You can choose to support my efforts, and whatever gift you give, I'm grateful for. And share the message with others. Whatever you're learning yourself, share what's working for you and let people consider it and prove it to themselves. Their journey is none of your business. Thanks. Good night.